Welcome to Mcticulates. Now, quick food has been a great passion of ours for many years, and we understand that you are hosting a party with some VIPs, and sometimes quick food or fast food is exactly the right choice for such an occasion. Now, we specialize in taking fast food and bringing luxury, culinary excellence, and a level of craftsmanship that is otherwise unheard of in the space. Now, I understand that what we have before you looks a little bit intimidating, but I assure you we'll take it step by step. In front of me and in front of you are identical setups. Now, if this is your first time with one of our luxury tasting consultations, I'll explain the format before we jump right in. Typically, whatever I'm sampling, you would mirror. I'll explain cooking process, ingredients, flavor profiles. We work our way around the board, and you can give us an indication as to what you might like to include in the party. Okay? Now, I understand, as you reiterated, you are hosting some of the most senior individuals in the ASMR space, fan and creator alike. And what better way to serve them than excellence? Let's get started. So we'll make a little bit of space, but before that, I will talk you through what exactly we have here. Perhaps the most eye-catching and one of our signature dishes, crispy chicken wings with a southern fried coating, a little bit of spice, mild to medium, not uncomfortable, typically paired with perhaps a buffalo spice sauce, but that is entirely your prerogative. We'll discuss sauces separately. Moving along, the Oreo milkshake. Again, standard, a classic, creamy, full-fat milk, little whipped cream, sprinkle of crumbled Oreo. Quite simply delicious. Underneath the spicy wings, chicken nuggets. Again, signature dish, crispy, golden brown, prime cut chicken, deep fried. Beneath here, something a little special. We'll hold on to that for just now. Making our way around, classic, the Big Mac with cheese. Not to be confused with a Royale with cheese. If you know, you know. Directly beneath the packaging, my personal favorite, double cheeseburger. Below that, the spicy McChicken. Complemented very nicely with the chicken wings, but a different dish. Different flavor profile entirely, actually. Large Coke, large fries. And our front, McArabia chicken, specialized for your part of the world. And rather generous helping of fries, additional fries. Now, we'll make some space. I will take this step by step. We're in no rush today. If you have any questions as we proceed, I would encourage you to ask them. We also have a variety of desserts in addition to the milkshake that I think you're really going to appreciate. Our sauces: buffalo, tangy, endearing in some way. I think you're going to like this. A staple: the sweet chili. Sweet, with just a little bit of tang, not uncomfortable, within the mild range. Again, the signature barbecue. And something additional. Caesar's dressing. It's not really his dressing, but the Caesar dressing, for me, that garlic flavor, really resonates. Excellent. We exaggerate and enlarge the typical Caesar serving because it's really just that delicious. Now, I think we can maybe start with just a little drink of the Oreo smoothie. Sweet, but not sickly, not too sweet. Just a delight to the senses. And typically we would never start with a sweet entree, but there's such a rounded mouthfeel to the Oreo milkshake. Now, we have a little more space. We can get started. I think it would be rude to start with anything other than the chicken wing. We've whet our appetite. Now I will take the first bite without any sauce. If you wish to mix things up. You're most welcome. I think the buffalo sauce is really going to be a pleasant surprise for you. Now it is, said I would say mild to medium. Perhaps it sits firmly in the medium range. But at your own discretion. Finally, as we said, without any further delay, let us get started. Immediately met by a beautiful ensemble. Such a wide variety of spice, natural, seamless blend in the chicken. Seasoned quite magnificently. And now perhaps a little introduction to the buffalo. Now you only need a little bit of this. I think to describe the crispy chicken wing with a dash of buffalo sauce as anything less than a taste sensation will be an insult to the team that put this together. 100% chicken breast, seasoned with our secret array of spice. It isn't uncomfortably spicy, just perfection. I think this makes for an easy addition to your party. Beautiful. Definitely one of my favorites. It's an easy appetizer. And it's so well put together. Now we have a lot to get through. Now the Coke. The Coke isn't for everybody. If I was to be curating this for myself, I would probably have a water. Cleansing our palate is of the utmost importance. However, I think it's paramount that we recreate the conditions of which your colleagues and attendees will experience. There's something unrivaled, the satisfying sweetness of a full-fat Coke, spreading happiness around the world, and maybe a little bit more than that, but within moderation. It's very, very tasty. Now, I'm tempted to have another wing, but let's park it for just right now, because we do have a lot to work our way through. Now, I think we should move on to perhaps one of our burgers. The Quarter Pounder with cheese. Sesame seed bun, sun-dried tomato, freshly diced lettuce, a little pickle in there, cheese, a quarter pounder sits like a pillar. Such a satisfying flavor. The 100% beef patty, fried, grilled, salt, pepper, and the crunch of the fresh lettuce, supported by the sun-dried tomato, and a little dash of pickle, makes for a complete patty, a complete burger. Definitely one of my favorites. Just a dash of mayonnaise, just a dash of mayonnaise. Really quite marvelous. But yes, for the quarter pounder. I'm not surprised. And the quarter pounder isn't our most popular choice, as it sits like a cornerstone, a safe bet, very flavorful, a nice array of flavors, and filling. Actually, the quarter pounder is a juicy, full-size burger, 100% beef, excellently seasoned. A little cleanse. Now I think we should break the rhythm, perhaps. Let's enjoy some of our signature fries. For me, with some Caesar dressing. Expertly salted. Our fries, obviously world famous. But one you might not realize, our fries are actually pre-cooked with a beef oil, giving them a lovely coat. And when they arrive on site, they're fried to perfection to give it a softened, crispy feel. Now, it is well known that our fries are always served piping hot, and anyone that would dare suggest otherwise is, of course, mistaken. But even on their own, full-bodied, so much flavor in something so small. Twice fried, seasoned, just a little bit of salt. And fun fact, depending on where you are in the world, will actually determine the level of salt by default on your fries. Of course, this can be tailored. If you asked for 0 salt, our team will happily oblige, and you would have unsalted fries. By default, we have a little splash of salt, and more can be added if needs be. Of course. How are you feeling? Good. I think we should try the chicken nuggets. Now, the chicken nuggets, light, a little bit of crisp. And they smell, actually they smell a little bit like popcorn. I'll tell you why. For me, this is a sweet chili dip. Just a light coating. The chicken nuggets are actually fried entirely separately. They're not fried with the fries or with anything else. 100% chicken breast. Expertly coated. Fried to perfection. Now our food is actually fried in an amalgamation of oils, all vegetable oils. Our oil is made up of canola, soy, and corn oil, actually. Again, makes for what we found to be the perfect amalgamation for a frying oil. We have a care and attention to quality that is impossible to believe, actually. We take quality extraordinarily seriously. I think we should try at least one more. A little barbecue sauce, perhaps. Keep things different. The immediate sweetness of the barbecue comes racing to the front, but followed behind it. We have the succulent chicken, tender, expertly cooked. A beautiful flavor profile, actually. Really quite a marvel. One, please have as many as you like. I know my limitations, and we have a lot to get through. But all of this food will be eaten, I assure you. We waste nothing. How could you waste food like this? Quick lens. And maybe a couple more fries. Just perhaps the buffalo sauce. Really quite delicious. Now, in this little box, we have the signature crispy chicken. Now, the crispy chicken does come at a slight premium in cost. Multi-grain bun, beautifully marbled chicken, elemental cheese, fresh lettuce leaf, and really perfectly layered with jalapeno, completing the spicy chicken. You're met with an immediate rush of gentle and almost tickling spice, a heat from the jalapenos, but not unpleasant, not uncomfortable, but warming. Followed again very quickly by the elemental cheese, actually. A little bit of lettuce in there. And then the chicken comes marching forward. That spiced coating, deep fried in that perfected oil combination. And the seeded bun. Completes the profile. Really quite magnificent. One of our most accomplished dishes. It's beautiful. Now, if you are feeling particularly brave, I would suggest combining the spicy chicken with the buffalo. But that's not for everyone. That's a very personal choice. But it does make for a wonderful combination. Just a little bit in here. Just a suggestion. Now, when we're putting these suggestions forward to you, it comes with a great deal of thought and research based on your preferences and the preferences of your would-be guests. Beautiful. Again, one of our most distinguished offerings. The chef has done a marvelous job here. Truly. My family will be eating well tonight. Now, I think a couple of sips of that sweet, sweet milkshake. It always surprises me how easy this is on the taste buds. It really is a masterpiece. The perfect blend of sweet without being too sweet. And it's quite cooling on the back of the spicy chicken. How are we doing? Excellent. A few fries, perhaps. And Caesars for me. Our Caesar dressing is just such a flavorful experience. Again, I'm a big garlic fan, and while garlic certainly isn't the only ingredient in our Caesar dressing, and it sits almost like the quarter pounder, it sits as a pillar to build around. Now, I think I should introduce you to something I'm almost certain you will have never tried. The McArabia. Now, this is a chicken dish. And this has been modified slightly. We know you're not a huge salad fan. And it's a double chicken, Caesar dressing, double cheese, and just a little bit of our signature sauce, wrapped wonderfully in pita. The pita bread is full and rich. You could almost eat it as a meal on its own. But combined with the chicken, the cheese, and our signature sauce. A little bit of iceberg in there. Wonderful. Now you've actually doubled the cheese in your macarabia. And in some cases, people have it without cheese. Again, given your pre-assessment, we understand that cheese is almost fundamental in any kind of patty. After my own heart, I'm the very same. Now, I think we should move on to my absolute favorite. And before we move on to the double cheeseburger, I feel like I need full disclosure. Being very careful with my garabia because I'm very much looking forward to finishing that after our consultation. Now, full disclosure on the cheeseburger. Typically, the double cheeseburger can come with lettuce, onions, a whole host, actually. Onions and pickles, almost definitely, depending on where you are. However, I need you to trust me. This is a plain double cheeseburger. 2 patties, 2 cheese. Nothing else. Sounds unnecessarily strange. I hear you. But just try it. The first thing that strikes you isn't actually the burger or the bun or the cheese. It's the pepper. And the double cheeseburger is cooked with a generous serving of pepper and salt. And for whatever reason, in my experience, the salt and pepper on the double cheeseburger just combines perfectly with nothing but meat, cheese, and bread. Everything else just not unpleasant. It's a beautiful dish, regardless of how you serve it. But it's just, it just comes together. And each factor playing its little role in this wonderful harmony of flavor. And I think a lot of people will never experience a double cheeseburger like this, because it's quite specific. But the simplicity is a recipe for its success. And each of those flavors is tangible and enjoyable. Beautiful. take them like that. I'm very, very glad to hear that. Again, to reiterate, if you order it as it's made, it's a beautiful dish. You'll have a great time. But with the basics, almost like a stripped back burger, provided a unique experience. A beautiful one. I think we need a little bit of sweet chili sauce because we went 10 seconds without any kind of spice. You would be hard pushed to find someone that would categorize the sweet and sour sauce as spicy. My mother might, bless her. That would be spicy for her, but enjoyable. She would love that. But I'd imagine to the average person, you wouldn't classify this as spicy. Just delicious. Absolutely delicious. Now, we have one more savory dish to share with you. And it's something of the signature dish. This, of course, is the Big Mac. Covered in shredded lettuce. Triple stack. Bursting with cheese, pickles, Big Mac sauce. And really has to be enjoyed. Crunch of the lettuce. Followed by the patty. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The Big Mac has been at the forefront of our servings. For decades. It's the workhorse of our company. A really wonderful design. Looking at it, you could be forgiven to assume it's just too much bread. But you would be mistaken. The bread offers a stability from which the Big Mac sauce can spring forth from. The lettuce, and I'm not a huge vegetarian fan or veg fan, but the lettuce almost provides a springboard for the patty and the cheese to kind of make a run for the end zone. Just a delicate balance of flavor that just works and has always worked. It's tried and tested, and it's beautiful. It really is. Of course, we'll add it to the list. Now, maybe a few more fries before we start on our next adventure. I'm glad you're having a good time. Let's preface the desserts with our smoothie. The smoothest milkshake you will ever taste. Beautiful. Now, we'll need our spoon. Because this is a strawberry sundae. And it's just at the point where it's getting a little bit softer. That is magnificent. Generous serving of strawberry syrup. And that's real strawberry you're tasting. Soft vanilla ice cream. Again, sweet, as a dessert should be, but not sickening. Just a wonderful, wonderful measurement. And I actually insist on serving the sundaes just at melting point. So it's still a solid, but it's not freezing cold. It's not hurting your teeth. It's not uncomfortable to eat. It's just sweetened to perfection. It really is. I can see you're enjoying yours as much as I'm enjoying mine. And remarkably, the shirt and the suit still looking clean. Now I'm sure somebody had said, well, you've just cursed it, but I feel lucky today. We're always lucky. Beautiful. Really, such a pleasant surprise. I will be resuming the moment we are concluded here. Next, we have this little bag, and wondering what's in the bag. Let's find out. Now, what we have included here is a stocky crumbly slice of cookie heaven. So crumbly, so sweet. Now, there is a rich buttery, little sprinkling of sugar, but there's this buttery flavor profile that just seems to fill your entire mouth with this wonderful, satisfying, sweetened perfection. And just topping that off perfectly is the chocolate chip. Again, generously apportioned. A little bit more. And you see how it just crumbles apart? It's almost like a soft sand. Like when you were a kid and you're building sand castles. And the best castles were always with the sand that was a little bit wet. It's almost got that kind of consistency. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. One of my favorite desserts of all time. And I have eaten some remarkable dessert offerings in my lifetime, I assure you. Now, last but by no means least, penultimate, a quick cleanse. Washing sugar away with yet more sugar. I give to you the humble apple pie. Now, if you've never savored and enjoyed one of our apple pies, you are in for a taste sensation. Crispy. Wonderfully sweet. Cinnamon apple. And no spillage. There was a reason why we left this little exploding treat to the end. Really, so delicious, so satisfying again. Our desserts really are engineered to signify the highlight and the end of your evening. It just brings it to this lovely crescendo of contentedness. There's that crispy, sweet contrast, constantly vying for dominance in your mouth. But in the end, all that wins out is happiness. Now, I can see from your smile that you've had a nice time this evening. And I would like to thank you for your patronage, for your time, and for your open-mindedness. I understand that this isn't everyone's typical idea when they envision luxury. But luxury is really just a representation of availability. And as far as I'm aware, you can't find this anywhere. Quick food served luxuriously. Now, we're in no rush. Take your time. If you're too full to move, just close your eyes and rest. And rest. Once you're ready, you can think about how this will come together as a final list. Thank you again